all of you to this sanctuary, a safe and cozy and nourishing and beautiful place in which to remember and celebrate the life of Mary Lou Stewart. I am Margie Allen. I'm the consulting minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship at Stony Brook, where Mary Lou and her partner, Alina, were active in several components of our meditative arts program. Mary Lou was a friend and partner, colleague, sister, cousin, aunt, sister-in-law, daughter-in-law to lucky people in this room. To a few of you, she might be right now only a name, a line drawing on the page of your life, which we are going to color in with the who of Mary Lou during the time we share this evening. Remembering, listening, crying and laughing, telling the amazing truth about the light and love she brought to the lives of those that she touched. All of you, and many others. I want to recognize in particular Alina, who is where? Right there. Who was Mary Lou's beloved partner for 8 years and her legal wife since their joyous marriage in Connecticut last November 10th. Alina has poured her love for Mary Lou and for you into designing the many components of this celebration of Mary Lou's life, a gift through her to all of you, and ultimately from Mary Lou. Welcome to members of Mary Lou's family who are able to be here. I believe we have her cousin Chris and her husband Richard, a cousin Pat, and a nephew Robert. If you're here, want to raise your hand? Yes, welcome. We're really glad to have you here with us. Unable to make it today are her brothers Tom and Rick, her nieces Laura and Becky, and cousins Marilyn and Shauna. And members of Alina's family are here as well, I believe. Her father John, siblings Carolyn and Robert, but her mom unfortunately wasn't able to be here. And can you raise your hands? Nice to have you. Thank you for coming. So all of you, I encourage you while you're here to continue to make connections with one another, to say your names to each other, to shake hands, and to stay in touch. Exchange those email addresses when the sparks fly between you. You are a part of a network that may not know itself very well yet. The constellation of Mary Lou. The constellation that continues to live, even though Mary Lou herself, her nearly 54-year-old body, has passed from among us. Part of her legacy is your meeting here tonight. Make the most of that blessing. I'd like to invite you while you're here to consider writing on one of these white beach stones that have been collected. They are destined for a garden with messages. And think about this as well. You, or some of you anyway, will have an opportunity later on tonight to come forward and share a brief vignette of an interaction that you had with Mary Lou. So as you're listening to other speakers, be thinking about whether you might have such a story, a snapshot to offer us tonight. Something that would add a significant facet to our portrait of Mary Lou that we are drawing together tonight. More on that later. Meanwhile, as you see, we're videotaping and photographing this event, so if you don't want to be in a collection, in a gallery, on the internet, stay behind the video and talk to the photographer. And if you would like to be notified when that photo and video gallery opens, be sure to get your contact information to Alina and she will alert you to that. So welcome, everyone. I'd like to invite members of Mary Lou's birth family to come forward if you're willing to light a candle up here, and I have Linda and Michael to assist you with that. It's easy to get trapped in your seat here, isn't it? We're lighting this candle as a reminder to us that Mary Lou's spirit lives among us this evening, has brought us together, and if we would like it so, will accompany us each into the rest of our lives when we walk through these doors into the night. Thank you. So, a poem to start us off. This is a poem by Mary Oliver called When Death Comes. When death comes like the hungry bear in autumn, when death comes and takes all the bright coins from his purse to buy me and snaps the purse shut, when death comes like the measles pox, when death comes like an iceberg between the shoulder blades, I want to step through the door of curiosity, wondering, what is it going to be like, that cottage of darkness? And therefore, I look upon everything as a brotherhood and sisterhood, and I look upon time as no more than an idea, and I consider eternity as another possibility. And I think of each life as a flower, as common as a field daisy and as singular, and each name a comfortable music in the mouth, tending, as all music does, towards silence. And each body a lion of courage and something precious to the earth. When it's all over, I want to say, all my life I was a bride, married to amazement. I was the bridegroom taking the world into my arms. When it's over, I don't want to wonder if I have made of my life something particular and real. I don't want to find myself sighing and frightened or full of argument. I don't want to end up simply having visited this world. We all know that Mary Lou was not simply a visitor in this life. She embraced the struggle to face the demons her early life generated. She found and fostered her prodigious talents. She became wise and learned to teach what she had learned about life and love in ways that transformed those who gave her their trust. To her, this community truly was a brotherhood and a sisterhood. She saw you each as flowers, the flowers that you are, singular, beautiful. She knew your bodies to be precious, your hearts courageous. Because she saw herself that way, she saw who you were more clearly. She was married, therefore, to amazement, as we all might be if we choose to. Mary Lou modeled for us what it looks like to take the world in our arms fearlessly and boldly, with unerring vision and without complaint. Alina has provided a short biography of Mary Lou in her program so that we can all share the basic context of her life. And also in the program is the impressive list of accomplishments and projects which constitute the active legacy of her professional life. And perhaps the centerpiece of her achievements in this regard was the founding of the Pride Scholarship Endowment at the university with Robert Hawkins, Jr. The endowment provides annual tuition support to one or more students who identify with the goals and principles of the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender Staff Network, now known as Pride at SPU. This scholarship has been awarded to 6 students so far, and I believe there are some of those 6 in the room right now. If you could just stand up. What a gift to Stony Brook and to the future. In 2003, Mary Lou was diagnosed with the disease that killed her, ovarian cancer. And she endured several difficult recurrences, 3 major surgeries, and many rounds of chemo, and we know how terrible the side effects of chemo are. She started a blog during one dark time that was designed to help those who loved her and were in deep distress to be able to channel their support of her in a way that would be effective both for them and for her. At one point, asking her friends to express joy in your signature way in the world for a minute or an hour or a day, to do something that gives you goosebumps, butterflies, something that makes you laugh so hard that you forget yourself. This was what Mary Lou did, by helping people to help her, Mary Lou helped them. She never stopped living during that whole period in which she was aware that she was terminally ill. This summer, she was out on her bike, out on the water, in her kayak, doing all that she loved to do. She was active and engaged in her life to the end. Mary Lou was no simple visitor to this world. She was a master teacher. She had a magical eye, a generous heart, and a sharp mind that was creatively responsive to the world around her. She loved her life. She was married to amazement, and she offered and will continue to offer the merits of that relationship to all of us.